Well, hello and welcome to Turning Pages with Bree. So glad that you spent some of your TIME time here with me on this video. I know that the video quality is not the same as I usually have because I'm not actually on my phone. I usually tape on my phone and it's an iPhone and it looks, it has really good quality, but I am actually on my laptop. And so because of the position that I wanted this video to be in, sitting at my desk, the way that I am positioned, my laptop's just better. So my apologies for the quality. But anyways, back to thanking you and welcoming you if you are new to my channel. I so appreciate you clicking on my channel and sharing some of your time here with me on this video. Now, of course, please like, comment, and subscribe if you are not a subscriber so that you can see when I put out new videos. But this video is going to be me sharing with you some of the books that I have picked up recently, and talking about the books that I have read, or I would say two of the books that I read recently that I really want to share with you guys. So the first is, let's just get right into talking about what I have just recently read and have enjoyed and just really wanted to express and talk about a little bit with you guys, because I just really enjoyed the book in the series so far. And that is Sunny Hostin's Sunny Hostin's, not Summer on Zach Carver. This is the second book in the series. The first book in the series is Summer on the Bluffs by Sunny Hostin. And I checked that out from the library. And I also got it on my library app, the Libby. And so I listened to it and I read the book with my eyes at the same time, which was quite a nice experience, I must say. And I cannot say more. Where's my phone ring? Just a second, guys. Right. Sorry about that. Anywho, the book is Summer on the Bluffs by Miss Sunny Hostin. And let me tell you guys, I really, really, really enjoyed reading this book. I have actually had heard about it and was going to pick it up several times, but just, ended up choosing something else, going down another, genre of books, and never, swung back over to read this book, because Sunny is an attorney. She's also a TV personality on The View, which she's been on for years. And of course, she's an author. And so I knew that she had wrote these books, but like I said, kind of been putting off reading them, but they always was coming up as something I wanted to read. Well, I said, let me go ahead and see if it's available. And if it's available on my Libby, then I'm going to go ahead and start listening. And y'all, I started listening to this book and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I got to see if my library actually has the book in physical form, because I want to actually lay eyes on these words. I want to read along with listening to this one. And so I can be immersed in this world, because this started to really intrigue me. And so they did. I was able to pick it up like the next day, so I didn't get too far in the listening of the book before I was able to pick up the actual physical book and listen and read at the same time. First of all, let me just say this. I was not aware of this area of Martha's Vineyard that is described as Oak Bluffs at all, because I'm not from the north, so I'm from the south. And so, but my husband's actually from the north, so he probably is more aware of this than I am, and I'll have to ask him about it. But anywho, I was just not aware of this area of Martha's Vineyard that was actually a beach that was created for Black people, that was for us. And so wasn't aware that there was a thing. And because I've read about it now and have gotten immersed in this whole in the characters, even though they are fictional, just the whole world of what's out there, I'm intrigued so much that I want to go visit. I This is on my bucket list now, y'all. I gotta go to Martha's Vineyard, and I gotta go to the Oak Bluffs and all that whole scene as it is out there. I've got to go take a look. And so that's opened up a whole can of worms for me personally. But uh, I wanted to share it with you guys because I don't want to spoil the book. But I will tell you that I have not heard people talking about these books. It's three of them in the series. And when I tell you, she did a really, really good job of giving us a story that basically takes you back into time somewhat of what was going on years and years ago, and then bringing you fast forward into what's going on, in the current times for the book. I'm gonna tell you, she did a wonderful job with that because I am a person that I don't really like reading a lot of going back and forth, but the way that she did it, I enjoyed it. Okay. Um, it made sense to me. I was able to follow along with the story and how it interconnected with what happened in the past to the present. And then the storyline that it brought forth, the people. I was invested in the characters, y'all. I was intrigued with the story, and I'm gonna tell you, it really didn't have any spice in it. It had just a smidge of spice, and in one portion, but to me, that was really nothing. So if you are a person that does not like spice, um, I think this is totally okay because the little bit that you have, you can skate past, and it is just not. It's not even. I don't call that spice. Not me. Anywho, but it didn't mess the story up. It didn't affect it in any way negative at all. It was well placed, properly done, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely. Um, so much so that I wanted to get right into the second book, which is the one that I have here, also from the library, and it's called Summer on Sag Harbor. This book is dealing with one of the characters specifically that is talked about in the first book. It dives deep into her story and what is going on with her specifically, but then it interconnects, kind of interweaves the story of the of some of the previous characters in the first book so that you can kind of connect some dots that were missing, right? But it talks about things that are so relevant to life, to me, in my opinion, to things that happen to us, especially to us as women, as Black women. Some of the things that we stereotypically go through, as far as being Black in America. The colorism thing, that just gentrification, just all kinds of things that it hits on that is so relevant to what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. But the way that she tells it in this story is just really, really, really good. It's well put together. So much so, again, that I am invested to want to read more. And so I have now was able to, let me tell y'all, I was able to actually walk in to a Goodwill with my good friend, my birthday twin, I call her. I have a birthday twin. Anyway, and we are not related, but we found each other through our kids. So cute. But anywho, walked into a Goodwill with her to just kind of browse and do some shopping. Went over to the book section, and guess what I found? The book that I wanted to find. Sunny Hostin's Summer on Highland Beach, which is the third book in the series. And now that I have actually finished the second one, I already got the third one. And of course, you can see this one is actually a shorter read, so this is not going to be too terribly long. But I'm trying to make sure you guys can see that. Look at that. And all of these are, like, to me, in my opinion, beach reads. So, I mean, look at that. They are just beautiful beach reads. And so, very interested to finish up the series and read this one. I do hope that she does some more writing. I know that these are the only 3 right now that she has, but I encourage her, if she actually listens to my video or listens to anybody else that may agree, I think you need to write more because you did such a great job. And I can't wait to dive into this one. I'm going to be reading it shortly, and I'll be able to, share with you guys, wrap it up, kind of tell you a little bit about how I felt about how she wraps it up in the 3rd installment. Again, back to the second one. It had just a hint of more spice than the first one, but there again, it's still not enough to where I would say it's spicy. It's not spicy to me. It wasn't spicy at all. It was just a hint. Like I said, if you don't like spice, you can skip it, but it really was not much. So I implore you to dive into these stories of these women and what happens in their lives, how they interconnect, the things that, I mean, it was just a beautiful told story. I'm not going to give you spoilers because that I don't like doing that. I like you to go in blind, kind of like I did, because that makes the book better. And I don't want to, just give it all away and then you don't know about what happens. But a beach read, found family, found love, just all the things, y'all, all the things. She covers a lot of bases in these stories, and I have really enjoyed being a part of reading these series. So glad that I did, and really honestly, I should have been read them. So anywho, on to the next part, which is a few more books that I have picked up. One being at a local bookstore that is close to the area that I go to my office sometimes. And so I picked this up as a recommended book from the owner of the bookstore. And so she was asking me, what do you like? What do you like? And I was telling her, some of the books that I like. But I actually wasn't intending on buying anything. But she said, I really recommend this book. And so it's a thriller. And it is by a new to me author. Name is Chris Whitaker. It's called We Began at the End. This is the book. You can see. And it's a New York Times bestseller. And we're going to see just how good it is. I'm going to read just a snippet because, I don't like to read. Let me put these down 1 second, guys. Yeah, okay. So let me read just a tad. So it says, right, wrong, life is lived somewhere in between. An extraordinary story about 2 kinds of families, the ones we are born into and the ones we create. Duchess is a 13-year-old girl trying to care for her little brother. Walk is the police chief of their small California town, trying to heal old wounds. They might not seem to have anything in common, but they are all each other has. When Duchess impulsively takes justice into her own hands, she inadvertently sets off a chain of events that will have tragic consequences for Walk and for everyone who has ever loved her. Okay, so this is not really a thriller. I apologize. this doesn't, yeah, this is not a thriller. And what I did is she asked me what books I like, and I told her, a few of them, but I told her, I really love Kristen Hanna's writing. I enjoy reading her. And from that, she recommended this. And so we'll see. This is a little different. And of course, it's a new to me author. And I'm all for, trying out new different books. I don't like to stay in the same author's catalog all the time. I do like to spice it up a little bit with something different to see if I'm going to like that author. So this is my chance to do so with this person. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let you guys know once I do read it. And I also got a little package from Amazing. My little cousin calls it Amazing. Anyways, Amazon. Um, and so let me see what this is. And oh yeah. This is the book I have been waiting for by Miss Brittainy Cherry. You guys can see that. And that's The Problem with Falling. This is the first book in the series. It's so pretty to me. This is such a pretty book. And I think there is 2 more or 3 more in the series. I apologize. I don't remember. I'll probably have it up here somewhere. But anyways, this is a series. And I like Brittainy Cherry's writing. So wanted to get this and start on reading some more of her catalog. This book, let me just tell you. Hold on. We're not going to make it too long, y'all. But let's see. All right. It says, Willow Kingsley is everything I don't need in my life. Okay. She's sunshine and chaos dressed in a flower crown. She's a wildflower in a world I've spent years trying to keep simple and quiet. She talks too much, smiles too easily, and doesn't understand the meaning of personal space. Worst of all, she's staying in my house for the summer, turning my carefully guarded world upside down. Aww. The problem with, okay, so title fits, The Problem with Falling. I just love this. This book is just so cute. It's so dang cute. I got to get the rest of them because I really like this. And you know what? I seen on someone's video where their Amazon books arrived in plastic covering. Oh, I think it was Brendy. On Brendy's video. I seen that her Amazon package, her books arrived with plastic on it, so it was kept intact and kept from the element. And mine's didn't. I don't know about that. But anyways, I can't wait to get the other 2 now. And so I might be getting the other 2 soon. I think it's 2 or 3. Can't remember. Okay. So on to the next. I recently visited TJ Maxx. Y'all, I did not know that TJ Maxx has books. Don't know if you knew that, but I did not know that. TJ Maxx has books. So if you guys are going into TJ Maxx, scroll yourself on over to the book section. I mean, well, it's not a book section. It's like a stationery section with all the pads. And I'll have something up here so you can see what I saw in that section. Because I did a little TikTok real quick on it to show that, hey, TJ Maxx has books. So anyhow, I had to pick up a couple. Because I didn't even go in there for books. I wasn't even trying to get a book. See, what had happened was the book summoned me. Anyway, I have been thinking, though, seriously, that I wanted to dive into the pumpkin spice cafe, in the cinnamon bun, store book, whatever. She's got like 4 of them out now, I think. And everybody's been talking about them. So I was like, I really want to get one of those books and read them. So lo and behold, go into TJ Maxx and they actually have the book. Matter of fact, they had 2 of them. So who got them? Me. So here's my Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Miss Laura Gilmore. Okay, there you go. And it's such a nice copy. Nice. And I mean, it's not like the sprayed edges or anything, but I mean, it's a clean, good copy, brand new. $7.99. $7.99. That was a good deal. The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Nice copy. $7.99. I mean, I just couldn't pass them up. Because in the store, regular store, they are well more than $7.99. You know, I mean, they not that much more, but there's more. And then Carly Fortune Every Summer After, and it was $5.99. So I actually wasn't gonna pick this up, but when I flipped it over and I said, "Oh, this one ain't even $7.99. This one $5.99." So it was calling my name. So I was like, "I'm gonna get it." So I'm not going over what these are about because, of course, we know that they're all romance. They're cutesy, cozy romance. All of these. This is like a beachy look feel romance, and these two, you know, are different little romance stories. So, anyways, can't wait to read them. And I have them in my possession, so I can take my time and read them off of my shelf. So, next, and almost last, went walking in the park. And I've been to this park before, but I hadn't been in probably a few years. It's been a few years since I've been in this park. But had extra time in the morning, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop and walk in the park and get a mile in or two before I start my day because I had the time and it was on my way back from dropping my son off to school. So I was like, this is perfect. I'll just go ahead and knock this mile or two out. And went into that park, did not realize or know that this park has two little libraries right there on my walk. And they are just the cutest things. And they had books in them. And so I was like, oh my goodness, this is too cute. Looked in there and found this book, y'all. And I do not have any Emily Henry books. I don't think so. But People We Meet on Vacation, and it's in really good condition. I mean, it's in really good condition. So had to pick it up because it's the little free library and it's free and it's an Emily Henry book. So of course I don't know what it's about. I know it's a beach read, they say, but I'm pretty sure well, we know it's a romance book, so I'm not going to go into that. But I'm going to be reading that also from my shelves. But I just was so pleasantly surprised that they had something. And they had a couple other things in there that kind of intrigued me. But I only took one because I didn't have one to donate. So that prompted me to have to come back the next day because I do have some books that I needed to unhaul and drop off. I was actually probably going to drop them off at the Goodwill, or you know, I was going to do something to make sure that they got into other good hands. But because I knew that I could just put them in the free library, now that I was pleasantly surprised to find that one, went ahead and took about I think it was either 4 or 5 books that I wanted to unhaul and took them the next day. And that means I got another walk-in, which I needed. So I got to walk my miles again in the morning and drop those books off in the free library. So now they can be owned by someone else that would like to read them. And so anywho, I don't know if I took a picture of any of those books. If I do, if I have pictures, I'll have them up here so you can see what I dropped off. I don't think I did though. But if I do, you'll see it. And Amazon had this cute, if you can see it, this cute book, what do you call these? Book sleeves. So you can put your Kindle or your whatever, stickers, whatever you want. They had these on sale for like $3 and change. See? And they're just perfect sizing for your books. I mean, no matter what size, I mean, pretty much, because this is a small, shorter book, but you see how much room you have left in it. Look at that. And they're just as cute as they want to be. So this is the second one I found on Amazon for like $3. So if you are looking for some cute book sleeves, y'all, go on Amazon, okay? And you can get some. I mean, I'm a flower girly, if you can't tell. I like flowers and different little sayings and things like that. But anyways, I was shocked, you know, for $3. I said, I'll take it all day long. So got me another one. Now I have two different book sleeves, and I sometimes, like I said, put my book that I'm reading and then my Kindle in here, or my journal. I can stick it in there. So anyways, love it, love it, love it. But anyways, these are the things that I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed me chatting away about my new book finds, and maybe you can also find you some new books at your local TJ Maxx. And if you know of another place that, you know, folks shop and actually there's surprisingly books there that are a decent price, please share, put it in the comments, because I know about Dollar Tree now, of course, and who else? Ollie's. But I didn't know about TJ Maxx. That was new. Anyways, of course, please subscribe, and thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.